familiar to you?
It does. Tell me about it.
We never cleaned the blood stains off, but this is basically this train set was custom made by Lionel for the Sopranos.
Okay.
And it was filmed in the second to last episode called the Blue Comet Special, which was filmed here on Long Island, right in
Trainland.
There
you go.
On Sunrise Highway in Lynbrook.
Correct. Very nice. How'd you guys get this?
Well, it's interesting because HBO, when the series ended, HBO had this layout, and what people don't know, there was a second layout hanging above it, just in case they had to do a retake of the scene. Luckily, they got it on the first shot. But there were two layouts in the HBO warehouse. They contacted the New Jersey High Railers, and they had both of the layouts there. And when they expanded into with a different layout theme, they called us up and said, "Would you like one of the Sopranos layouts?" So we made a deal, and we got one of the layouts. So it's been a huge hit here. The kids love to hit the push buttons and see the accessories operate, but quite a few people are really taken by the nostalgia of the HBO Sopranos series, as well as the fact that it was shot locally.
Yeah, very cool.
Were you in the store that day?
Yes, I was.
I heard it was quite a production.
It took about a week.
Wow.
Taking out, putting together, and then he collapsed right in the middle of the layout. Very cool. This is the infamous Bobby Bacala layout that was featured in Trainland.
Has the actor Steve Sharip, has he come back to the store at all?
Some of the Sopranos members, I'm not sure Steve Sharippa, but a couple of Sopranos actors actually have passed by. Very nice. And show us the new stuff
Sure,
in the
come
front.
on in.
It seems like I have better connectivity over here, so.
This area right in front of us is just new. I mean, this is actually only the front half of what's now a logging line. And the front half of it was just completed about 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, we couldn't do Horseshoe Curve the way Horseshoe Curve is, where the visitors are on the middle, but we had a nice curve, and we're trying to replicate Horseshoe Curve here. It's still a bit of a work in progress here, but you can see where the visitor center is, which will be further scenic once we start the scenic work in 2018 again.
Hey Paul, thanks. It's not my layout. This is TMB's. Where are you guys located?
Again, this is the TMB Model Train Club. We're located in East Farmingdale, right in the middle of Long Island, New York.
All right.
And if anybody wants, you could just go out to our website, which is tmbmodeltrains.com. The bridge, a lot of people will comment it doesn't look technically correct with the footings, but it was made to show that the trestles have survived a bit of a landslide. So you notice some of the dirt coming down around the trestle pits. And here you see ATH, Norfolk and Western passenger set coming through. I'll tell you, one of the great differences in the hobby is, when the passenger sets now included interior details rather than those silhouette windows.
Yep.
I think that really made a tremendous difference.
And now they also, if you hit a spotty track, they still light up. The technology is getting better and better.
The area here that you're turning into now is one of our staging yards for one of the main lines. And all of these buildings are all scratch-built and custom-made.
Wow.
The first one is the only one that we actually purchased, and there's a guy out there in Everything O scale by the name of Harry Heike. This building, which is a replica of the New York Shipbuilding Dry Dock, was their propeller factory. This is the only building that we've purchased. The rest of them are either custom-made or kit-bashed. This was a Power Authority building, and several of them I I had the pleasure of working on. This was put together real quick with press board. We got some flashing LEDs. A real interesting building, I think, is this new one, which is the Budweiser grain silo. And we had just an example of how you could kit bash some buildings. This was actually a really deep building. It's now was converted into just a building flat because we literally had 5 inches to work with between the track and the back wall.
Very cool. That's awesome how you got that bottle. I'm not sure if that's a real bottle in there.
No, it was resin cast. It was a Bud long neck, sort of shrunk down a little bit, but it was cast into a mold, and basically you could now make your own Budweiser bottles. The label was just copied off the internet. Nice when the train's along.
Yeah.
You definitely can't do that on a 4x8 at home, but we have run some trains. The longest that we've had was about 2 years ago. Myself and one other member, we combined our trains together, and we had 125 cars run. You couldn't even pull the train with your hand, but somehow 4 Williams engines did the trick.
Now, why should someone join a local train club?
The reason that you join a local train club is, I think there's 2 really good reasons. I mean, number one, look at the size of this place. It's the only way you're going to get to put your trains on a stage this big. The second part is, this train club there's 75 people in this club. We have fellow clubs on Long Island, in Ronkonkoma, the Central Operating Lines, and our friends down in Levittown, the Nassau Lionel Operating Engineers, as well as guys across the river in the New Jersey High Railers. Between the 4 clubs in this area, we have close to 250 members. So we've built associations and friendships with each other. So you come into the hobby now, you've got literally a whole host of friends in the hundreds.
Yep. And a lot of education, everybody sharing knowledge, the camaraderie. It's a good thing. And
that's a great thing, because it's amazing how like from a best practices perspective, or how the hobby is fairly limited in that there's only so many products you can have. There's only so many buildings, so many people, but how everybody does something different with them really is what's amazing about the hobby. It's a Great Northern passenger train, and that was going through a local branch line.
Paul's got a great question. How many trains can you run at the same time?
We can run 4 trains on our main line, 2 trains on the branch line you just saw. The subway can run up to 4 subways at a time, and that's all DCS command control.